Football this weekend, but in League One things are shaping up nicely at the top for Lincoln after Hull were beaten 4-1 by Fleetwood last night. There's the table. It's been a perfect start, and Clem has been to Sincilbank to assess manager Michael Appleton's impact.
How do you follow the most successful period in a club's history? I know the Cowleys left Sincilbank over a year ago, but the first non-league team in over a century to reach the quarterfinals of the Cup, and 2 promotions all in 3 seasons. Those are mighty big boots to fill.
They had a massive rise in that 2 or 3 year period, going from the conference to League One, and obviously that was done a certain way, and the club, I think, felt that that wasn't sustainable going forward. We took a massive risk in January, or it certainly looked a massive risk from the outside, by changing a lot of players, bringing a lot of young players in. But we knew that we'd probably get ahead of the game at the start of this season by doing so.
I wanted to ask you about lockdown. I mean, I get the impression you were ahead of the curve a bit.
We found ourselves watching lots and lots of games, lots and lots of videos of players from different leagues. We watched a lot of players in Belgium, Holland, etc. It was just touching base with agents of players as well to see where they were at come the end of the season, and doing the job that you would probably do day to day anyway, but doing it from home and using things like Zoom and Microsoft Teams and all these other wonderful...
You've got a confused look on your face
exactly,
there, like half the country.
Exactly, yeah. So it was tough at times, but we got rewarded by being able to sign a few players really early. And I don't think we would have signed them players. I really don't, if we didn't do the work early, because we would have got outpriced by other clubs.
And it needs to be said, mate, you managed to pick up a male model along the way as well, in Lewis Mansma.
Yeah, well,
how's that gone down in the dressing room?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, as you can imagine, he gets a little bit of stick, but he's a big lad as well, so you've got to be careful how much stick you give him. You know, he's clearly a good-looking lad.
He's not a bad footballer as well, mate. He's had a good start this season.
And he can, you know what, Clem, he can look after himself. You know, he's a tough lad.
Are you guys contenders this season?
If you asked me before this ball's been kicked, I would have said no. And listen, we're 4 games in, but you know, after 14 games, it could look very different. But I just feel that we're a group that's certainly on the up. Next season, if I can keep this group together, then we can start really talking seriously about whether we've got a chance or not. Oh yeah, they're just going to go over the training ground.
Oh wow, that's the Red Arrows?
Yeah.
That's the Red Arrows?
Yeah.
Look at that! Wow.
We had a word with them, didn't we, Tel, before, and we just said, listen, we're doing an interview and got a special guest coming along, so if you won't mind...
Sorry, Clem, the truth is they weren't for you. I think he knows that, though. It's interesting to see Lincoln has sort of invested money wisely, doing things well during the sort of the height of the pandemic. And, you know, another team which don't obviously have any fans in the stadium, I'm sure you saw this week as well, there's a petition been launched to allow fans back in matches in the UK. There's 19,000